I am delighted to make my first address to you in observance of World Consumer Rights Day 2023. Since it being first introduced in 1983 by Consumers International, World Consumer Rights Day is celebrated annually on March the 15th. This celebration provides a platform for agencies and organizations involved in the promotion and protection of the rights of the consumer, to also highlight the importance of consumer rights, and of course to advocate for changes to policies which are intertwined with consumer transactions. And so as we celebrate World Consumer Rights Day under the theme, Empowering Consumers Through Clean Energy Transitions, it is an opportunity for us as consumers, as business owners, and as government to impart greater emphasis on the need for the protection of our planet from the negative effects of high concentrations of greenhouse gases. In addition, it allows for the promotion of various forms of clean or renewable energy sources and highlighting the cost-saving benefits offered to our consumers. As a government, the world over, we are struggling to navigate the greatest cost of living crisis in a generation, and as the energy world responds to supply and climate issues, ultimately, it is imperative that long-term sustainability is achieved by the integration of alternative energy sources to the benefit of our consumers. To better understand the overall importance of the theme for World Consumer Rights Day 2023, we must first understand the relationship between the continued consumption of fossil fuels, its effect on global warming, climate change, and the continued effects on our daily lives. The implications of the effects of fossil fuel usage on our planet are quite troubling and need our urgent attention. Therefore, emphasis must be placed on the need to transition away from our overwhelming dependence on this energy source to more sustainable financial and economically sources which can prove more beneficial to our consumers. This year's theme for World Consumer Rights Day also brings to the fore pressing issues of food scarcity and high prices of goods and services, which consumers are facing daily as the world struggles to rebound economically and financially from the ravaging effects of the COVID-19 pandemic and the ongoing Russian-Ukraine war. In today's highly globalized, technologically driven economy, our consumers in this federation should be savvy, should be well informed, and should wield enormous power. Through access to our consumer rights information, advocacy, lobbying, and dissemination of information by the Consumer Affairs Department, our population increasingly is seeking redress under the remit of consumer rights and protection. Our people should no longer accept service that is below what is advertised and charged from utility companies, or faulty products which could cause injury. Therefore, the Consumer Affairs Department will continue to highlight the negative impacts on our communities which could arise as a result of poor or non-existent mechanisms for consumer protection here in St. Kitts and Nevis. And so the Ministry of International Trade, Industry, Commerce, and Consumer Affairs places a high priority on the overall satisfaction of the consumers in our federation. Therefore, in 2023, your ministry, and by extension the government of St. Kitts and Nevis, will proceed with the reintroduction of the CARICOM Consumer Protection Bill for its first reading within our National Assembly of our Parliament. This would begin the national consultative discussion among our population. Then the government will endeavor to have the CARICOM Consumer Protection Bill pass through all of the required readings and stages towards its adoption in this year 2023. Having completed this process, the Federation will then transition into the modern era of consumer protection, offering the Consumer Affairs Department greater legislative scope to issue citations for infractions, which will redound to the benefit of our consumers here in St. Kitts and Nevis. I want to emphasize that consumer issues, they are multifaceted. Therefore, special attention must be given to raising the level of public awareness in relation to the consequences of a business model which results in adverse effects for our environment and, by extension, our planet Earth. The Department of Consumer Affairs must also place emphasis on the use of sustainable materials in the construction of our homes, while also making these homes energy efficient and less susceptible to energy wastage. At the Consumer Affairs Department, we will continue to provide information to better protect consumers in our federation as they undertake transactions in the marketplace, while lending support to the formulation of public policy which will support the development of sustainable consumer goods. And so, in closing, I wish to make a strong appeal to you, the consuming public, to partner with us in this ministry and in government generally in bringing about much needed improvements in how we do business here in St. Kitts and Nevis. I urge you to be part of the activities which I will now highlight. The week, in fact, will open on Sunday, March the 12th, with a praise and worship service at the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church here in Bastia. On Monday, March the 13th, the general public is invited to tune in to Freedom FM, ZIZ, and Win FM for a radio program. Various primary schools will come alive on Tuesday, March the 14th, for the launch of Consumer Education for Kids program at the St. Paul's Primary School, followed by the Sadler's Primary School, and then at the Dr. William Connor Primary School in Bastia. The Kuna Conference Center in West Bastia is the place to be on Wednesday, March the 15th, World Consumer Rights Day, as the general public goes out to support the nation's children at the Charlton Edwards Memorial Consumer Action Day Primary School Quiz Finals, while Thursday, March the 16th, is set aside for a business appreciation pop-up where several persons and or business entities will be presented with certificates of appreciation. The week of activities, it climaxes on Friday, March the 17th, with a team building event for staff of the Department of Consumer Affairs. May God bless this Consumer Rights Week of activities, and may we achieve our goal of a more harmonious partnership between consumers and suppliers in our beloved country, St. Kitts and Nevis, and across the entire globe. I thank you.